Welcome back, Ragers and Sega Genesis fans. This is Streets of Rage 2, the sequel to the highly remembered classic, 1991. But now it's 1 year after the battle. The one that...
The city that had been plagued with crime and violence was safe and peaceful.
However, Funk had returned to the city in a much sinister, purple-handed fashion, casting its evil shadow, causing all the muzzed thugs and stompers to come out and kick some ass once again. And now that Mr. X has been brought back to life, it is up to our heroes, Axel, Blaze, and not Adam Hunter, who is mysteriously missing, in order to defeat the Mr. X crime syndicate once again.
Alright, so first thing that I noticed is that it definitely plays slightly faster. Also, Blaze is bouncier.
Blaze is very bouncy. So, Streets of Rage 2 is, by and large, the most popular of the three classic Streets of Rage games that came out between 1991 and 1994. People whom I talked to and mentioned Streets of Rage mentioned specifically Streets of Rage 2. Just take in for a moment the improvements of the game that we have already observed in only the first, 30 seconds of playing. Enemies have health bars now. They include more frames of animation for your characters. Your characters are taller and bigger with better details on their characters. You could see Axel's rippling muscles. Blaze has got freaking jiggle physics.
Blaze also has a belt now.
Axel also has a belt. It keeps on his pants.
Yeah, but his belt is brown, and it actually blends a bit too well with the blue and white of his shirt and pants. Blaze's belt, on contrast, is black and actually sticks out like a sore thumb with the rest of her deep red outfit.
I guess they didn't want you. I guess they didn't want the player to get too many ideas.
Okay, so I'm noticing that you guys are focusing more on stun locks as opposed to cashing out damage, because the full combo does actually do significantly more damage faster than the stun lock does.
But it would behoove the one who plays as Axel to appreciate Axel's stun locking capabilities. You can totally just hold enemies in place and just punch at approximately 120 punches per second, and the enemy is completely fucked.
Hey, it's not 120 punches per second, it's maybe 120 punches per minute.
120 punches per minute was the metric that we aimed for, because 120 punches per second is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, you don't have a turbo control to actually punch that fast. That's because a second is approximately 60 frames, so you would need to be punching twice per frame. Yep, that doesn't work. That doesn't work because Axel's punch actually takes several frames. Ooh, he has got a backswing now. He is actually turning into a fighting game character.
That's right. So, depending on... I believe in order to use the back attack, you specifically have to press back and the punch button at the same time. It's especially useful if you're trying to change directions at the same time. I also wanted to note that the health bar system that you use in order to keep track of how much health your enemies have will also tell you the names of the enemies you're fighting. Observe that both Blaze and Axel, that's me and my brother Mike respectively, have over 10,000 points right now. And that is because we each killed a character, MCK and Altet, respectively, because they each deliver 10,000 points when they die.
Okay.
If you ever get confused as to why player 1 has 25 grand and Axel has only 3 grand, it's probably because that same player killed both of the big point characters.
Okay.
It was a
So the big point characters, what do they actually look like?
It's not they're pallets. They're usually pallet swaps. So they're going to look and function very similarly to the other enemies, but their names are going to be different. Donovan is a generic mook who they just introduced in Streets of Rage 2, and he has an aerial counterattack. If you try jumping at him or doing any fancy stuff that causes your feet to leave the ground, he will uppercut, punch, and immediately shut you down. That is
it's
Jack.
Boomerang Dude. Yeah.
Jack is a dickhead who loves throwing knives at people and punching them in the face.
Yeah, he was the Boomerang Dude from Streets of Rage 1, though.
Is he?
Yeah, his pose is the same.
it's pretty similar, but I mean, I definitely wouldn't have taken him to be Boomerang Dude because he's definitely throwing a lot of knives right now.
Well, knives are better than boomerangs.
You know, I just wanted to spend time with my two best friends, Big John and Jackass.
Yeah, one of those is a penis reference.
Okay, the thing, so Streets of 1 graduates should remember, use your Z dodging and use your throws to dispatch many of the enemies you find in this game. Some enemies are immune to throws. Some enemies can only be taken on by throws, and so on. We also get introduced to loading screens. Now, this is a big note right here. Loading screens can break runs. Loading screens can make you feel like an ass and make you feel like starting over again. Because what they do is, as soon as the last enemy on the screen is dead and you have advanced the screen to the end, it will automatically fade to black and advance you to the next screen. Now, you might think that this is an innocuous game mechanic, but if there are any items on the battlefield, that's points, turkeys, apples, weapons, anything at all that you could have picked up that you don't pick up will be lost forever. So please be careful. Streets of Rage 1 did not use loading screens. Every level was just one corridor, so you could control your progress. But if you don't appreciate the loading screen system, you're not ready for it, or you're simply going too fast, then you're going to get pissed off at some point.
Are you sure your punch rate is 120 punches per minute? Because it looks like it's closer to 90.
Well, Blaze has a much slower punching rate. You're talking about Axel's punching rate. Axel is the paramount puncher. Blaze,
yeah,
however,
I'm still thinking that Axel's going at 90 instead of 120, though.
No, the 120 beats per minute is like the ticking of a clock, which is actually more like 60 beats per minute. But like you count every half beat. That is Barbin in the background. He is making a delicious beverage. That's Elektra, but Elektra has a little surprise for you. Her left arm is not real. Now sandwich her! Oh my god, so many things to go over in this game.
Okay, so Blaze's Hadoken, is it actually done with the Hadoken motion?
I don't think it's a true Hadoken. I think it goes something like a It took some players over 20 years to figure out what these characters were saying when they used their dash attack specials. That's another attack that they include is dash attack. If you double tap forward and then hit the attack button, you do a dash attack. Axel has grand upper, and Blaze has There is a reason why I'm punching so slowly. Is because if Blaze punches any faster, then she will complete her combo and knock the enemy away.
Yeah, but the combo ender actually does significantly more damage faster.
You probably should finish combos. At the same time, though, combos will cause your enemy to reposition, which means that you have to get back into position in order to keep hitting them.
Do you still have the ability to attack out of throws?
Yes, you can. You do. The jump recovery ability is a recurring hidden ability that in each of the games. I think 4 is the only one that explicitly tells you could do it. Now let's talk about Barbin for a second, because we're not going to be spending much more time with our buddy here. He is immune to throws. You should try punching him, using your specials, and using jump kicks, but do not try throwing him. He will throw you instead.
Okay.
I especially love using Blaze's forward special in order to finish him off.
Yeah, because it covers like a third of the screen.
It has a wide range, it deals massive damage. And that was the end of Stage 1 on normal mode.
Now, do specials actually cost life to use?
Yes, they do. That is the...
All right.
That I can't believe we're 10 minutes into the video. I haven't even gone over the special system. They included a lot of new shit. Can't you see why people love this game? It's because they really expanded on stuff, man. The special system. Okay. Specials cost health. It's no longer a field nuke. You can use the special as long as you have health, and you can press your special button. What it does is, depending on the type of special you use, and you have 2 varieties, you will either A, get invincibility frames and damage enemies around you, or B, you will deal massive damage to the character in front of you, but you'll leave yourself open. You want to use, and again, this is based on whether you're touching a direction on the control pad or whether you're leaving the control pad alone. If you're leaving the control pad alone, you'll do your defensive special, which will give you invincibility frame. Very useful. That is actually the function of specials. The way they made it in this game is to give you invincibility frames because the enemies will clusterfuck you. Your power special, you have to be pressing either left or right on the control pad, and you will attack in that direction.
Okay. And Axel's is the flurry into the dragon punch.
Axel's is the side special is a and finishing
flurry
punch.
into dragon punch.
Cool flurry. And then his defensive special is more like a single dragon punch flurry.
Okay.
Just one punch. But in my opinion, I think Blaze has the superior defensive special. I think that her iframes last a little bit longer than Axel's or the other characters. A lot of things I haven't gone over yet. The 2
Did
characters.
she turn into Blaze from Sonic the Hedgehog?
No. She doesn't turn into Maxie or Skate either. Yeah, they gave you 2 other character options at the beginning of the game. Max the wrestler and Adam Hunter's little brother Skate. His kid brother Skate, who rides on roller skates. And he's really fast, and he does a lot of really cool stuff, but he deals dick for damage, and he tends to get himself hurt a lot by falling into pits and stuff.
Which is weird, because he's the only one that natively comes equipped with a weapon.
Right? Who needs weapons when you have Bare Knuckle? Bare Knuckle. But these are Fog, Dog, Com, and the other dudes. They are very fast. They're very fast. Try to intercept them on the X before they punch you. If they grab you from behind, use your defensive special in order to break the grapple before they hit you. Or get help from a friend. That also helps. Now go! Oh, it's the end of the track. Okay. Remember those loading screens we talked about? Because the end of this episode is a big loading screen. There are items on the right side. If you kill these 2 dudes before you get these items, you can kiss those items goodbye.
Alright then.
And Blaze is really hurting for a squirting right now. She needs some help.
So is Y youth signal?
No, it's just yellow signal. And in the next part, we got screwed. No, there was a turkey in there.